You can see here we're just moments away from getting into our round number 8. It's the first round of today. It's time to get into this one. It's time to kick off the duos action. The crowd are loving it. Gentlemen, take it away.
Let's go, baby. Let's go. Here we go. Round number 8. First game on day 2. And we're starting in Vinny and Zexro. We can see already they're going to Viking Village. Nothing has changed for them.
Look at the Raider, though.
So much loot is available. And Seth and Madsen actually get one of the side places.
Nirvana getting tagged, no shields to replenish his HP, but we have, well, almost, I wanted to say that everyone has a good loadout, but look at that, no shotgun.
Yeah.
And now we're jumping back to Frosty Fights, and that's the end of the fight. E11 is going victorious here, and a golden shorty as a prize. That's a huge win.
BloodX, they have that rift to go. They're not going to fight. Oh, Fox and Aim Hero chasing down Vinny and Zexro.
They are just going for the blood from Viking towards the south.
Right off the top of Viking, they're going to try to engage here. They do have the high ground. They were pushing unexpectedly, but the bottle rocket's coming in from Vinny. Nice placement there. He's actually going to be able to knock this down, I believe. They're going to have to back up. So, Fox with this. Oh, nice shot there. Really nice onto Vinny. The silence.
Silence USB is a beast.
There, he does catch himself, but he's going to build right back. He needs to catch himself again. No, he's not going to be able to. He's all the way down on low ground, and now they're split. Aim here on Fox. One on low ground, one back behind. We'll see now he's building back up, going right back towards his teammate. But now Vinny and Zexro have the slow high ground and the slow push. Look at these ramps. This is both of them kind of doing it to each other.
Nice angles, though. It's going to be pretty rough to like disengage pretty quick from this. Oh, there's the turret. With this high ground, pretty hard to get a shot on the guy in the turret. So this is a really well placed.
But somebody up on Viking, actually. That's Bowman and Alpha. They came over the side, possibly over from Snobby. That's a nice play from them. They're going to put their stamp on this fight as well.
Vinny and Zexro need to disengage from this. If they want to fight for the first place, they need to play safe this game.
Yeah, you saw earlier they didn't have the shield when they started running away from Viking, and now they have a little bit, but they're still not happy with this disengagement. They're going to back off. Fox and Aim Hero stuck between them. But good thing Alpha and Bowman came there for Zexro, especially if they didn't want to fight that. Yep. See, they do have the rift to go as well. They don't want to spend that.
They don't. They definitely don't want to do it. But if they're gonna get pushed again, I think it's gonna be a necessity. At the same time, Vinny, no, that was Zexro actually with the suppressed sniper rifle. He can take some shots at Navi because I was sitting in one wall with 2 windows.
That's for sure. Actually, we see so much different stuff going on around the map. Fnatic actually taking shots at the Japanese duo coming out of Loot Lake right now. And they're chasing down Hoopback and Skix as well.
He didn't hit a single bullet there.
So dangerous now. Such a precarious position in this ravine if they go down, especially because Skix and Hoopback on their front. And then Crazy Llama and Rizart and Crazy.
It's kind of interesting to see Fnatic rotating through the river right now because it's such a tough position to be in if you're getting pinched from tilted towers and from the hills above. And you're following Hoopback and Skix. Like you're in the shadow, so you can get pinched from 3 different angles.
One thing I was already starting to see was there's nobody really going down. We saw a lot of early fights, but a lot of also early disengagements, and starting to see a little bit reminiscent of that Polish tournament we saw on the first day here out in Katowice.
Well, you know, it's getting serious right now. And remember, we have the Storm Surge mechanic in place as well. Getting the early damage is very important to your livelihood later in the later stages of the game.
Yeah. And I think here, Boyer and Kripa onto Mitro. Let's see, so many players already positioning towards the center. They're doing such a nice job. There's Milan and Smeef as well. Airwax actually takes down Skix in the action feed. He was down in that ravine that I talked about, such a dangerous position, and that's what happens. You end up getting picked off because there's 2 sides that they can just shoot off from high ground. Yep. So, again, everybody starting to actually, this is first circle still. The second circle was just revealed. And they're all just already sitting towards the center, towards such a good position.
Well, if you can, we actually did said yesterday a lot of times, if you can get a central circle and replace something to just not lose your mats for the later rotations, it's so crucial to your good positioning in later in the stages of the game, especially when placement points are so important.
And think about this right now. VP, SSK7 and Jamside dropping Paradise, and look at where they are already, all the way up on Polar Peak. Such a fast rotation to get to the center, and that's what is so important about getting over here.
Yeah. heavy sniper available as well. If you can get high ground on Polar Peak, that's one of the best weapons to have. Since a lot of people, even though they sit like, you know, below a cone, you can still get those shots on those people and get that damage done. But with 2 rifts to go, they're looking fantastic going into the later stages of the game.
And I'm really surprised now how many players are still alive. Yesterday we were seeing 70 at this stage of the game, 70 or 80. And everybody's starting to try to get that damage. You can see he's trying to get above threshold as well.
You know, the one problem is the Storm Surge is still active when there's 50 people alive. Now we have 90.
Yeah.
Going into the 3rd stage of the game, it's gonna be very chaotic. Everyone below the thresholds will have to be aggressive unless they have utility items that can deal some small amount of damage through the walls.
That's for sure. And now the zone coming over. Actually, he gets taken out. Kinstar takes out 0-7. And now also Tux takes out Mushway. So he's going to disengage, get away from there. There's so much action there. You see
the Storm Surge is active. People are going to be aggressive now. We can see Tajovsky killing Aiden, Bladex going down to Aspect.
so much action on the side. Oh, the X2 twins getting ticked by Storm Surge as well, so they're going to start pushing on the forward.
Yeah, they need to deal the damage.
Going in the zone and grab that loot that they just picked off. And we'll see. They need to get a little bit of a damage here. Let's see. They're still getting ticked.
They're still getting ticked, and after one LM from the Storm Surge, the other part of the duo is still safe.
Yeah, and there are a lot of elims going down to that feed. We'll see if Storm Surge is going to go away now, but no. The X2 twins are going to push through, and they did actually just fell to Storm Surge. Yeah, there.
So Jordan is down. We have seen Fnatic is also down. Jarl and Paro, and unfortunately eliminated from the game already. We have 73 players alive at this stage of the game. 17 people just disappeared from the map. Huge change.
Here, Zexro and Vinny so close to Zipan. We saw Aspect actually in the Elim feed take out BloodX, and now they're pushing on to Zipan. They know there's, looks like, 2 solos next to them, and they're not too far from zone. There's still 13 seconds till it starts moving, but they can make their way over to Frosty Flights and grab that fairly quickly.
Well, this is an interesting situation. Vinny and Zexro had to use that rift. Oh, they're actually staying?
Yeah.
Okay.
Gotta find the extra loot that they picked off his teammate BloodX going down earlier. They know he was there, not going to use that rift. They have a relatively safe look. There's the high ground in between that's going to block a lot of stuff. So now, Rizart and Llama on Skite and Vato. Skite and Vato staying in the zone. They don't want to engage into Llama and Rizart. They want to be safe as they rotate in. We'll see what kind of mobility they have to get through.
You know what's so important? This circle is actually half in the water, so everyone will be very close to each other. This is going to be very chaotic. The Frosty Flights in the middle of the circle, but so is the water.
It's almost as if we're already at that half in, half out zone.
Yeah, it's basically the next zone already. So everyone without mobility items on the edge of the zone right now might get a really big sentence on them.
Man, this is shaping up to be such a crazy endgame. Nick Merckx, he's by himself. He does get taken out by Tajovsky and Nero. They found him just sneaking in the zone.
But they're being tagged again by another team. They're being gate-kept at the edge of the zone. Who is that?
Llama.
Rizard and Llama. They're going nuts on them.
Ooh, nice shot there with the pump, and he's going to be able to take out Tajovsky as well, but so many players already inside the zone taking shots at them as well, so this is such a dangerous position for them. Llama and Rizard need to get in right now. You can see Vivid and Poach taking some shots at them as well. Nero actually takes down Llama while he's behind him, and he goes down in the zone as well. Rizard not going to make it through. There's an elim for Poach or Vivid.
I feel like they had to go for that fight because they needed the HP for the LMs so they can go further down the line, but
that valley's shaking them up, and now we get the next zone as well. Zayt and Saf doing a little bit of a mountain goat on the side, but we're still getting pushed towards the side of the map. Lothar's freaking out over here.
I'm freaking out because the minimap is showing me the next zone, and it's, again, half in the water. The landing line on Frosty Flights is in the middle of the circle, but still we have so much of the area in the water, so it's gonna be so crowded. All of those people will be next to each other, and they're gonna need to move.
And now, actually, this is such a tough position for Vinny and Zexro. They're both split right now. They're not quite in zone. They have to edge a little bit in, but Vinny is so low, and he's sitting underneath such a strong team. It's Skite and Vato. That's so dangerous for them. They might be in trouble going towards the next zone. Again, look, you can see it all on the mini-map right now, all half off of the map. It's crazy.
I don't think I ever seen a circle like that in any tournament setting. So this is going to be interesting. It's something new to experience here.
That's for sure. And one of the teams that I'm thinking is having a good time right now is Stompy and Shinken. They could sit here in Frosty Flight the entire map. That probably has never happened for them.
Yeah, most likely, that is so true. They're just chilling.
They're just chilling, legit chilling. Now, Bizzle and Demo, this is a big fight onto SSK7. If they can take him out, I'm not sure if I see Jamside anywhere. He's maybe down already.
They might have been split, you know, in such a chaotic here rotation. Sometimes it happens, but they had a rift with them, so you never know.
And one of the things, though, Bizzle and Demo, they're sitting right outside that top 10 right now. They know who is ahead. If they spotted Jamside go down, they know who that player is, so they're going to do everything they can. But Boyer actually taking out Funk Bomb in the background. He just got picked up, and he goes right back down. So unfortunate for him. As the rotates start, here's Crip and Boyer, our third-place team. Looking for Nate here. Right on the edge of zone. Nate's got to edit out now. Boyer a little bit too anxious to get that. He gets chunked back, though. Nate doing all he can to stay alive here.
For Crippa, that was a big target because he knows he's alone. So getting him instant gives him the 50 HP on the Elim.
Somebody ended up using the Elim, and unfortunately there for Crippa, he went into the tower, and that's so difficult to get down on, and he goes down because of it, because he had to rotate through the stairs. Then eventually he jumped off and tried to use his own stairs, but now Nate making his way into this. He's actually very familiar with Frosty Flights. Dropping here solo. Oh my goodness, that shot there from Norwood on the scram.
Going through those buildings might be a death sentence as well.
I think Boyer doesn't have any mats. Look how he's playing.
Boyer has 18 HP as well. No mats, 19 HP. Vinny and Zexro, what a fantastic position. They made it. They made it to the late game.
And guess what? They get the zone as well. Such a nice play, nice positioning there. They just inched their way forward. They knew they didn't have to go any way forward. And now, again, no shields. They're in a precarious position, and they're on the side of zone. They're trying to not bring any attention towards them at all. We'll see how they set up. There's 72 Hours and Chap as well in a nice position on top of all the buildings and the warehouses.
You know what's funny? The zone will currently move to the big building on Frosty Flights, where all those traps are inside already. You have no time to destroy them when the zone will be moving inside of it. So if someone will be inside, big danger for them.
That's such an important point. People have to be very careful. Half in, half out zone. I feel like this game is not let up. It's showing us so much action, even though there's not really the amount of fights that we saw early game yesterday compared to today. But now all the way down to 45 players. And we'll see now what they're going to do as the half in zone, half out zone starts to move. Everybody needs to make their way towards that position. X2 Jesse in the background there.
He's alone. Jordan was already taken out by the Storm Surge. Boyer still safe, sitting with 18 HP on the bottom.
That's actually crazy. We'll maybe check in with him in terms of materials, but what I said, Stompy and Shinken, they haven't moved a single time. They're already in zone. Yeah.
0 builds available for Boyer.
Nice play there, but again, he is in zone, so we'll see what he can do. And we saw Winter Royale, he had a very precarious position, and he make do with that hand cannon. Here he has 2 pump shotguns, so he's in probably a little bit more, but we know what magic Boyer can work.
Windwalker gets taken out by Nikoff in the meantime. SSK just got the high ground. How did they do that?
Again!
He was on the bottom. How did he get that high ground?
Every time, he's just suddenly there. And there we can see the aftermath of Nikoff and Airwax taking out Windwalker. Tomo there as well. Tomo, one of our very consistent players, provoked in Tux.
We also see Liquid being on top of the high ground in the middle of the next zone. Vinny still alive with Zexro. Vivid and Poach being under heavy fire right now by LDLC.
There, yeah, you can see SSK7 in the background, but one of the issues there is the zone is starting to move away from him. It's going back north. So that high ground take not going to be good for him. As now everybody's moving north. Everybody's going to use their mobility as the zone starts. And Issa and Camo on high ground, the controller gang. We haven't seen much of them. Oh no, Vinny's going to go down the zone there. Tried to make a zone rotation. It's not going to work out for him, but Zexro's still up. He has 1 HP. 1 HP, and he's going to go down to Vato. That's Skix and Vato. That's Skite and Vato, sorry.
Place.
Flexi and Dementos take high ground from, oh my goodness, Camo onto Antiza. Svenos' partner. They're going to start rotating in. It's going to be slightly on a hill, so they're trying to get a little bit of high ground as they can. They're split. I don't see where Issa is. Again, picking up the loot there from Andiza. And we picked up Bowman as well. They're having a fantastic game, but here Flexi and Dementos on high ground.
They have a lot of builds available as well, still on the high ground. They have such a huge advantage, but you can see everyone migrating towards west of the map, sorry, north of the map.
Yeah, and they're, again, just edging their way in, not playing all the way towards zone. It's going to go back west.
They still have a launch pad available, but it's not even needed with that position that they just fought through.
Yeah, they're Vivid and Poach. We saw them rift in earlier, maybe Launchpad in, and they're having a good day so far going towards that end game. This is coming down to it. 21 players remaining. We're in the top 11. 72 hours in chat. They're so low. It's going over the mountain, though, and they need to get up if they can because they're low on HP. Blacks picks out Vato. DMO and Bizzle still up as well.
Gambit looking really good right now, but Camo and Issa fighting through the builds are not their own this time.
Vivid there looking for a little bit of a beatbox. Poach so low on Camo again! Oh my goodness! He took out Kuna and Mitro. That's such a big fight. That's unbelievable for Camo and Issa. And there, Bizzle takes out Vivid as well. You can see Shinken behind him, Poach still up. Camo and Issa doing such a good job. They're on the mid ground and getting so many elims.
You can see Shinken just going up and down on that.
Another one. That's another one for Camo and Issa. On to Stompy. Shinken going down as well. He's so low, and no, Issa goes down. So finally that Reign of Terror. It's Flexi and Dementos inching their way in. He's got to be careful. They're connected to that metal. Such an intense game off the bat. Camo's still up. They have 10 elims total, and they're already in that third place. He's shooting up. He knocks them all out. No way! Almost gets the launch pad, but there's only one player left to sneak off. He's flying, and Camo and Issa, he actually finds a spot up above on the mountain. He has so many minutes remaining. He can still do this. Camo needs to go up. He's trying. He's trying. The AR is maybe too high, too much to deal with, but no, he gets up with the double wrap. The Clingers are coming out. Can he actually get above? And no, 7 builds remaining for Nikov. This is such an intense 1v1. One shot on them, and he knocks him down. Here's the SMP. Oh my goodness. What a crazy first game here on day 2 as Camo and Issa absolutely dominate the server, but not able to close it out. What a game.
But you have mobility items, you need to use them, but then you're getting like really in a bad position late game.
Well, let's have a look at these duo standings. You can see there, Vinny and Zectro hold on to first place, and I think they might have actually extended their lead by making it towards the end game. Jamside and 7 SSK7 still in second place. They're Cripper and Boya, though, they've moved up into third place now. Zay and Saf, big performance from them as well, and Shinken and Stompy round out the top 5. But gentlemen, I mean, looking down here, Tomo and Item moving around to 7th place. Demo and Bizzle made it towards the end game as well. They had a pretty big game, but obviously that big victory royale coming in for Nikov and Airwax towards the end. That's huge.
Camo and Issa all the way up to 13th now.
Yeah, they made a big jump. They make a big jump, but so did Airwax and Nikov. They were getting hyped, you know, on day 1, but didn't deliver the results yet. But now on day 2, with that victory royale, we're looking for another, you know, just good team to break that top 10, maybe even top 5.